She didn't reach out to them. There were no suggestions that it was the way her glazed pottery should be used. It just happens that food photographers found Lindsay Emery's bowls on Etsy and began using them in their work.
Started communicating with them about what they needed, different colors, different glaze finishes, sizes and shapes.
Now a couple of years into selling pottery full-time, Lindsay and her Suite 1 studio work with about 30 food photographers and stylists.
All over the country, all over the world. I ship to Australia pretty often, and Spain, some food photographers over there, LA, Boston, New York.
That business and the exposure received are a couple of positives, but the association has also inspired Lindsay to refine and shape her entire line.
I think that's helped me to really refine what I'm making, to make crisp, clean pieces that look beautiful on the table and look beautiful with food. And I think that that really translates into the consumer market too.
Everything that comes from Lindsay is produced in this house on a quiet street in Greensboro. It's a home studio, but parts are much more studio than home.
This used to actually be my living room, but it's the biggest room in the house, and it just started to make sense that the biggest room in the house be filled with the biggest thing in my life.
A college course 8 years ago provided enough knowledge that Lindsay knew she had found her calling. Since then, nearly every day has been devoted to developing the craft.
It's really tactile. It's in your hands from start to finish, and I like the idea of taking absolutely nothing, just starting with a big blob of clay and turning it into something that's functional and beautiful.
The art of throwing and firing pottery is ages old, but by creating contrast with a rainbow of glazes, Lindsay has applied her own special touch.
Modern, clean, colorful is another word that I like.
Lindsay sells only online right now, with her prices based on cost of materials, the time a piece takes, and its complexity.
My bowls, I'd like people to use them every single day, so I don't want to sell my bowls for $500. I'd like to sell them at a price point that people can enjoy.
With food photographers and all the other regular customers buying her bowls and plates, Lindsay says she is busier than she's ever been. She quickly adds, however, that she has more energy than ever before.
It doesn't feel like work, it just feels like breathing. It's just part of what I do, and it just makes sense for me to be doing this.
I'm Richard Green, and this is Made in the Carolinas.